Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny, and today is another Smoke with Me. Before we get started, yes, I'm clearly in the Christmas spirit. I'm actually not really a Christmas person. I bought this for an ugly sweater party, but then I forgot to wash it before the party because I thrifted it. Didn't wash it in time. It happened to be in the dryer today when I was like, oh, I need a sweater. Why are you crying, puppy? I'm only explaining this because if you're looking at my outfit and thinking, God, it's ugly, that's the point. It's an ugly sweater. Anyway, make sure that you have something to drink and something to smoke. I am smoking this High 90s Kush Mountains. It's an indica. I've been smoking it for the last multiple episodes. I accidentally just hit my puppy in the face with it. And you better make sure that you have something to drink, hooker whore. I will not be responsible for you bitches being dehydrated. So I have water in my handy dandy blue water bottle. All right, listen, bitch, here's the deal. I want to talk about accommodations, making accommodations for yourself. So, whether or not you have a disability, a specific diagnosis, a specific illness, whatever the case may be, understanding yourself and your needs is absolutely key in this whole process of accommodating for your needs and for yourself. Let me know if you can relate to this. I used to do this little thing. I'm working on not doing it now. But in the past, I used to do this thing where if there was an area of life, whether it was work, social life, personal goals, I don't give a fuck. School. If I'm struggling in a specific area, and I don't just mean it's hard for me or it's a little challenging, a challenge versus a struggle, a mental struggle, a physical struggle, something that's making your life 10 times harder and causing you harm, especially if it's causing more harm than good. When I would notice that an area was particularly hard for me, I would just get mad at myself and then try a billion times harder and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And even though it never worked, I would keep being mad at myself and punishing myself. Here's the thing, bitch. If at first you don't succeed, yes, try again. But not if it's making life 10 times fucking harder and it's making you fucking suffer. Okay, let me give you an example, okay? You keep saying yes. You keep adding more to your plate, right? But specifically, you keep saying yes to babysitting the neighbors down the street. You babysit them every single day, 5 days a week, okay? You're also a student. You're also employed outside of that job. And that job seems to be, while it does pay fine, not great, but fine, it causes you so much mental and physical upset that you can't do anything. You're not in a good mood during the rest of your free time ever. You have no social battery. You're exhausted 24/7. You're short-tempered 24/7. You're getting sicker and sicker and sicker. You need to advocate for yourself and be like, no, I'm not doing that. Now, sometimes we're in a situation where we have an actual medical need that we have to accommodate ourselves for. Even if it's not a diagnosis, you know yourself, you know your body. So an example for me, I have to set rules for some things. I do not travel if it's not necessary or it's not a big deal. What do I mean by that? I mean flying specifically, or extremely fucking long drives, but I can still do a drive better than I can do flying if I am in the front seat of the car. This is because I just have extreme sensory issues. I have my whole life. I've had really bad sensory issues. I've had a really hard time traveling my entire life and I get extremely sick. I don't just mean, oh, I don't feel well or I'm a little uncomfortable. I get physically ill and I will be down for the count for days. I did not wait for a diagnosis before I was like, bitch, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm not going to keep harming myself. It's not worth it. I can't even go on these vacations and trips that I want to go on because I'm so sick from the travel process. I'm not enjoying my actual trip and it's just wasting money. Take a hit real quick. Intermission. And I want to bring this up because, girl, it's the holiday season. Mental and physical health is already at a low during the winter times, during the holiday season. So it's just extra important to be taking care of your needs. This can also apply to being on your period. A lot of women have no fucking idea that they have PMDD or PCOS or endometriosis or whatever the fuck, but they are they're just in so much fucking pain. Not even just women, anyone with a fucking uterus is in so much fucking pain from their periods. You are allowed to accommodate for your own fucking needs and say, I'm not fucking going into work today because I'm in excruciating pain. I understand, we need to get paid. Then it does become your problem, but then we should talk about bringing it to HR or some shit. And I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to tell you what to do. I'm talking about something that I have been doing and something that I've been implementing. So I have been really focused on advocating for myself and making accommodations for my own needs for the whole year, but mostly in the past 6 months, I would say 5-6 months. I have been so much better than I would have been if I wasn't doing these things. Do you know how much better it is to just say no to travel and not be sick as fuck? Then that way, when my husband comes back from his traveling, I'm not ill. He doesn't have to take care of me. I'm not in a shit mood because I don't feel good and I have to call out of work and I'm not better and I don't look my best and I don't feel my best or whatever the fucking case is, I don't let myself get to that point. I have put in so many like rules for myself to stand by, so many accommodations that these things don't, like, my quality of life is so much fucking better. And I'm just like, holy shit, I wish I did this forever ago. Let's take a hit and then I want to talk about how, bitch, I know it's hard to do. I know it's hard to actually make those accommodations. Here's piping hot tea. It is actually quite hard to advocate for yourself. It is. But it's like 30 fucking times harder to not do that and then to deal with the consequences and the repercussions. I don't know about you, but for me, a lot of my resistance around advocating for myself, speaking the fuck up, making these accommodations was because I didn't want to come off as weak, but not weak as in like I am a weak person, but like almost like I didn't want to seem less qualified. I didn't want to seem less capable, you know? I saw a video of a woman who grew up in China and it was a TikTok, and she was saying that before she moved to the States, she saw Americans as lazy as fuck who had everything handed to them. Then she moved here and she said she has not been able to relax and stop being stressed and stopped being go, 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 hustle, 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 work, work, work since she moved here. And she has no idea why we have this reputation because we do not allow time for family or rest or holiday or celebration whatsoever the way that her culture, I guess, does, or other cultures that she's. Oh, my puppy's talking to me. And I don't bring that up just to be like, oh, see, Americans work really hard. I bring that up to be like, I think we are all out here working our asses off, whether or not people see it. And it just has this, like, our world has turned into this thing of like, well, if I don't think you're working hard, or if you're not like blood, sweat, and tears that I can fucking see, then you're not working hard enough. I honestly think we are putting way more pressure on ourselves and way more responsibility, way more workload, and way more stress than any of the generations before us. Like, bitches are like, I had a full-time job and I was able to pay for my home and pay off my loans. Baby, that was decades and decades and decades ago. Nothing you did back then applies to right now. Like, you might as well be starting from scratch. Nothing was the fucking same. Like, I don't, honestly, lovingly, I don't give a fuck. It's not what's happening right now. I don't give a fuck that you were able to support your family on one fucking paycheck and that you worked really hard. If you don't see that our generation is doing that, like, you're living in a different world. And I'm not beating these ageist allegations when it comes to these like crotchety ass back when I was a boy. Like, I'll be talking to my mom about like how life is right now. She's like, girl, it was not like this when I was growing up. And my mom's not even like old. My mom's in her mid 50s. And she's like, oh, everything is different now. Everything is wild. Let's take a hit. Honestly, I brought this topic up because multiple people in my life have been like, bitch, you seem like you're glowing. You seem like you're doing really well. Even though you're having a hard time right now, I feel like you're handling it better than you ever have before. Like, what's going on? What's different? And I was thinking, I've been respecting myself. I've been like respecting my needs. I've been making accommodations. I just wanted to let you guys know it's absolutely okay to advocate for yourself. It's amazing to voice these accommodations that you need so that you can actually apply them and have a better quality of life because your human suit, your body, you deserve that respect. And at the end of the day, ableism is rooted in white supremacy, and we do not want to play any part in that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.